right, Coach. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Columbus Caps. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. On first down, Mays. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Ricker, we're seeing. Ready.
Right back to him on first down. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 6. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. San Francisco. Go on. Check 25. Check 49.
They'll run on first down. Goddard. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Go.
Now a give right side. Mays. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now the try here for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Break. 54, right there. 54, Mike. All day.
Jones, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
16 yards, a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, that's good.
2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Let's get it. General West. Snap.
They'll drop the throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side. Mays. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So that'll back him up 5. Point after try forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Niners 14, Cats 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
21. You better bring it. You better bring it. There you go.
They'll try the left side. Mays. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's 21-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
Ready up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
We go. 70, Indy.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On the ready. Watch the pass.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Here's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready. 18 Gator.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and score. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. He'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down...
Back to throw. Forced, and a big loss here as he's taken down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. Well, on 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll look to throw here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Take 4, take 4.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
You go there. You got tight right there. Fight.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
We got this.
The Niners take over first and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Here we go, D. Here I come. Ready, go.
Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Box try. Double.
He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. In for the score. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go again to Tomlinson. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
90 Wolf. I got it.
On third down, Tomlinson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On first down, Sherman. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Check, crunch. 80 weapon. Crunch. No. Off. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Look at me. Zipper. Lead grip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Let's get it. Now.
They'll try and run for it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Columbus. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
3 down. Odd. He's coming. We got double up. Look. Squeeze. Go. Hit it.
Now a handoff looking right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Go. Motion. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Sherman. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Niners on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Sherman. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down.
Now. Check back 21. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On 4th down, Sherman. This is caught. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Hey.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. The last 2 runs have gone nowhere, and now another showdown looming on 3rd and goal.
Hard. Switch. Watch the shift. 6-6. Pull it high. Shoot.
Back to throw. Sherman. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken very short, and he is out of bounds here on the return.
First and 10. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Two times.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And Walker has it. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Got it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down.
Let's go, D.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays
It's
out.
gonna be a long day. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Twist, twist.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Wide. Hey, lock it. Get wide. Hey, alpha. Topper, topper. Ready, ready.
On fourth down, Nichols. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready, ready. 50, plant. 21. Get your swerve on. Check, 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 check. Check. Pilot, 64, weak. Yes, yes. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. Hey, orbit. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check. Let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
218, chop, get it.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Nichols completes it to Hardman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Looking to throw. Nichols. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total. But they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.
So for San Francisco, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.